Hello, today we're going to be talking about step 8 of your CSI. CSI step 8 is due 3 weeks from now. This is where you're going to be conducting your experiment, and you should conduct it at least 3 times. That's giving you your 3 trials of data. Second, make sure that you're filling in your data into the data table that you created. Third, if your procedure had any problems and you need to change it, go ahead and make those changes. And fourth, you're going to be submitting graphs of your data. In class, you were given 2 graph papers. That's because you are going to be graphing your 3 trials, and you're also going to be graphing your averages. Make sure that your graph has a title. On the y-axis is where your dependent variable goes. So whatever your dependent variable was in your data table, that's going to go on the y-axis, and make sure you put your units. The x-axis is where your independent variable is going to go. So whatever your independent variable was from your data table, that's what's going to go at the bottom. Make sure you include your units. Some people are going to be making line graphs, and some people are going to be making bar graphs. If your independent variable has numbers like time or the amount, you are going to be making a line graph. So make sure to look at your independent variable. If your independent variable has numbers, you're going to be making a line graph. If your independent variable does not have numbers, you're going to be making bar graphs. So look at your independent variable. If these do not have numbers, you'll be making a bar graph. You will do the same thing for your averages. So you'll put a title, and you'll make sure that you title it that you're doing these for the averages. And now you're going to be graphing the average data that you got. When you added up all 3 trials and divided by 3, that is your average, and that's what you're going to create on this data table. The same rules apply. If your independent variable has numbers, you'll be making a line graph. If your independent variable does not have numbers, you'll be making a bar graph. Some people are running experiments that do not need graphs. So if you are unsure as to what type of graph you should be making, or if you should be making a graph at all, please talk to me, and I'll be glad to help you out. The only thing that you should be adding to your table of contents for this step is your graph for your trials and your graph for your averages. You'll take one onto one page, one onto another page. And the main part of this step is running your experiment and filling in your data table. You will fill in this data table with the results that you get from running your experiment 3 times. This is the end of step 8. Good job.